So let's react to the teams for Scotland versus England, and we've got the Irish team out as well. Wales obviously named their team early. So welcome to this video, supported by Lifting Giants. Let's get into this English team, trying to go away to their nemesis team Scotland and try and get a win, first time in ages. And it's a bit strange, I don't quite know what to make of it. Is it tactical, these changes by Borthwick? Is it just plain rotation? I don't know, I'll put forward some theories. I'd love to know what you guys think. So let's start from the back, because I think maybe that's the big news there. The one that I saw and went, I did not expect that. George Furbank gets the start. I thought they've gone with Stewart so far, maybe they're just going to stick with him. I do agree, they need to try a new 15, a second 15, to cover Stewart, or tactically, Furbank is quicker, he's better on the counter-attack, maybe he covers the ground a bit quicker, but Stewart's obviously got great characteristics as well. So is this the best game to play him? I don't know. Is the weather going to be wet? Yeah, probably. Furbank, maybe he's countering the speed of the Scottish game, and some of this team looks like they're trying to speed it up a bit, but in other places maybe not, so I don't know. Anyway, it's good to see Furbank. I'm happy to see him have a run. Do I think it's tactically a good call? Really not sure, but anyway, they're trying the alternative. The other two wingers stay the same, Freeman and Daly. If they were really trying to speed this team up, you would start Faye Wabusu, and they haven't. So he's going with the wingers that he trusts, really good at chasing kicks. Defensively, they've both been excellent. Daly obviously not the quickest anymore, but has been very, very assured. And then the change in the centres. Now, Borthwick had Ollie Lawrence and Manu Tuilagi back available. He could have played both, but then the balance might be a bit off. And I agree, one of Dingwall and Slade is right, and one of Tuilagi and Lawrence is right. And the two I would have chosen are Lawrence and Slade. So that's fantastic. So Lawrence starts at 12, Slade at 13. Pretty happy to see how that goes for sure. Then at 10, we've got George Ford again. No surprise there, not throwing Finn Smith into the Lions' den. Danny Kerr starts because Mitchell is injured. I think we all thought that was going to happen, although I would have loved to have seen Ben Spencer start, because I think he's been the best 9 in the Premiership. At least, hopefully he'll get on and try and impress. Now the front row, they've changed the props, fully rotated the props. Ellis Genge gets a start, but he's brought on Dan Cole as well. I'm only thinking, is he just making sure one of the better scrummagers is on at any one time? So Cole is in because Marler is off. I don't know. Genge obviously speeds it up, but then Cole slows it down. Stewart is a lot quicker than Cole. So it just looks like a straight rotation to me. I can't see a tactical move in it. Let me know what you think. Jamie George, the captain, obviously starting at 2. And Theo Dan has done so well off the bench every time he's come on, and in the World Cup. Now, I hope he just gets more and more game time and eventually gets some starts as well as he gains his experience. So very happy with the hookers. Second row, staying with Itoje and Chesham, so no surprise there. Sticking with the same back 5, actually. But George Martin, one of his favourite players, and one of my favourite players, actually. I think he's a basher, big, muscular second row, can play 6 as well. He displaces Alex Cole, who's a bit unlucky, who's done well off the bench, but I think Martin's a guy that Borthwick wants in this team, and I think everyone recognises his worth, so he's probably going to come on for Chesham, I would imagine. Chandler Cunningham South, we're all excited by this guy. He is a naturally big ball carrier. Harlequin's trying to, smooth off the edges, get some more finesse into his game, but goodness me, this guy has it physically, so hopefully he can keep building up the experience and also get some starts for England as well, whether he plays 6 or 8 eventually, I'm not sure, because that back row of Roots, Underhill and Earl, that's very settled, but I don't think it's England's best back row going forward. I think they've all performed fairly well. Sam Underhill's been absolutely fine, although maybe not the best player on the pitch every single time, but he certainly hit really hard. They're going to have to get over the ball maybe a little bit quicker against Scotland, because with their combination of Ritchie and Darge, they're going to be crazy quick. Roots, it's his 3rd cap in a row. Is he going to come under pressure from the likes of Cunningham South or Pearson or George Martin for that sake? Maybe Martin will go on for Roots. That'll be interesting to see where Martin goes on. Yeah, that could be a call. Martin goes on either for Chesham or for Roots. Be interesting, maybe depending how they perform on the day. But Earl's been fantastic from 8, so no surprise seeing him continue there. Harry Randall's been sent back to England A, and some of these players like Tom Pearson, Harry Randall, they'll get a run out for England A, so it's almost like Borthwick is looking at a lot of players this weekend, not just in this fixture. Finn Smith, like we mentioned, hopefully he gets some good game time. And goodness me, please give a good 20 minutes at least for Faye Wabusu. We want to see what he can do, unleash that speed. Scotland have it in buckets. England don't quite have it in the back line. Get Faye Wabusu on, get him some experience. You've got to use the Six Nations to get these guys some experience. So there is some rotation here. Am I confident? No. Do I think England are going to put up a good fight? Yes, I do. And maybe it's enough to win. I'm not sure. How's Furbank going to go? Obviously, his England career started off very badly, so hopefully he can come back with a bang because he's performed so well in the Premiership. So let me know what you think of that England team. Comments below. And as you may know, these videos are sponsored by Lifting Giants. They make ergonomically, scientifically tested lifting blocks that you can reuse again and again. I've got a discount code for 10% off RugbyAnalyst 10 just for the duration of this Six Nations. So if you want to get some reusable lifting blocks, they're the only ones on the market that are properly tested to improve your line out quality, then get hold of them today, use that discount code. Then on to the Scotland team. 3 changes for Scotland and probably makes them a little bit stronger than against France. So those that have dropped out, I wouldn't say they've done anything particularly wrong, but I think they are correct calls. For example, Harry Patterson did fantastically at fullback, but Blair Kinghorn being fit again, 100% he comes back. 50 caps for him. He's a class act, can do the lot, run, kick, tackle. We love him a lot, so hopefully he's back to his best. Then Kyle Rowe, the battle of the Kyles. Kyle Rowe's done great for Scotland, either at fullback or the wing. Very dangerous, but Kyle Steyn probably would have started last match if he'd been able to, so I think that's fair enough that he comes back in, but that's got to be pretty close there. Obviously Van der Merwe starting on the other wing. Then Jamie Ritchie's won the battle between him and Matt Fagerson. That had to be close. So it's Ritchie and Darge. Goodness me, that's a quick back row. Can England live with it? I'm just not sure they can. Then with Big Dempsey carrying on at 8, Fagerson is unlucky not to be on the bench either. They're going for Christie instead, so tough on Fagerson, but does show they have a bit of depth in certain positions. But the 2 replacement props, Miller Mills, Hepburn, not a lot of experience. The bench overall is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best I've seen, but pretty good. Are they going to be confident to face England? Yes, I think they are. You've got Tuipulotu, Jones in the centres who have been fantastic. Van der Merwe is a try-scoring machine. The pack's been pretty solid, but they're going to have to keep it nice and steady, not give away those penalties, not have those moments where they have a wobble in the game. They will be more confident facing England because they've beaten them so many times, 3 in a row so far. But if things start going wrong, if England hang in there, how's their mentality? That is the big question there. Let me know what you think. Now on to the Ireland team versus Wales, and it's always going to be a very good team, but they are a few players short of their best, so maybe that's something to grab onto for Wales. Hugo Keenan maybe would have been fit, but hasn't quite made it. So at least they get to try a different fullback because Keenan's pretty much been first choice locked down and they haven't managed to try other fullbacks. So Frawley gets a start at fullback. So, worth trying anyway. I don't think Keenan's injury is too bad. So maybe that could be a bonus in the long run anyway. The centres, Ringrose still not recovered. So we still go with Aki and Henshaw as expected. But I think Henshaw a little bit slower than he used to be. Dare I say, Ringrose is slightly better, so I think they're just a little off in the midfield, although it's a quality midfield anyway. Craig Casey's performance versus Italy wasn't enough to break himself into the starting team, or indeed the bench, so that's tough for him. Maybe it's horses for courses, I don't know, but the experience of Conor Murray is preferred on the bench with Gibson Park, obviously their out-and-out starter. Another unsurprising that Jack Crowley continues at fly half, becoming that first-choice fixture in the team if he continues as he is. All eyes, I think, will be on his goal kicking as well, because that's just the one area that hasn't seen quite up to the rest. Anyway, it was an exciting row against Italy, an experimental back row, but Farrell has gone back to the tried and tested combo, the perfect balance of Peter Amani, the captain on blindside, Van der Fleer on the open side of Doris at 8. No complaints there. It's fantastic. So it looks like a bit of a breakthrough moment for Joe McCarthy, who has indeed leapfrogged James Ryan to be a first choice second row alongside Tyburn. So that's a big moment for him, but goodness me, they're strong off the bench with Ryan and Baird if they want another second row as well. Finlay Beelam's knee injury, that's ruled him out of the whole tournament. That's a massive blow. Ollie Jaeger, though, he's not a youngster, so should do okay, but they would have preferred Beelum, and yeah, Frawley can play fly half, so they don't need a fly half on the bench, so they can go for the 6-2 split. The power of McCloskey can come off the bench with Conor Murray covering 9. So not quite their best team, but still incredibly good. Some very exciting players breaking into this team now. McCarthy, Baird look like they're here to stay. Let me know what you think of that team. It should be too good for Wales, but can Wales stay in this game and make a fight of it? It's going to be exciting. Pop all the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.